Happy House is in Kenya today. That's right, I said Kenya. We're certainly going to take in some sights, but more importantly, we're here to see some of the amazing projects GreaterGood supports. Jambo, that's hello in Swahili. We're at the Giraffe Centre in Nairobi, and we're going to be able to get up close and personal with these beautiful creatures. This center protects giraffes. It's their goal to combine people and nature and create sustainable living. Our group is visiting the Sheldrick Elephant Orphanage. This organization rescues elephants from poaching and then releases them back into the wild. Today we are going to watch the elephants. Oh, look, there they come! We're going to watch the elephants be fed and learn a little bit more about this organization. These baby elephants were orphaned because of poaching. They would not survive alone in the wild, and so when they're rescued by this organization, it gives them a chance at life. This house looks quiet from the outside, but there's a lot of creative energy and activity going on the inside. We're at Sakia Jewelry Designs, and I have to say, this is one of my favorite visits I've ever made. I am surrounded by these amazing women making beautiful, beautiful jewelry. Many of these women worked for a very long time to find jobs and were rejected again and again because of the fact they are deaf.
So she could not even pay her rent. So she was living with her parents. So it was so challenging. Then she asked her friend deaf if she can get a job. Then her friend gave her information about this. Then when she came, she was shocked if she can even make this. But it was so challenging. She was really making wrong things. When she goes to the toilet, she cries because she's making wrong things. But her boss was telling her, you must do this. You must do this. If you don't do it right, you'll go home. So she tried until she got it. Well, now it can make very nice. So because she was forced to do this, she's now better. Now she can even go to supermarket, buy things just because of this. Children are going to school just because of this. By the time she was studying, she didn't have even smart clothes. But now it's better than before, thank God.
No more crying in the toilet.
No more crying in the toilet.
The motto of the artisans at Sakia Designs is Hear Me Now, because even though they can't hear, they have plenty to say. These jewelry designs can be found at GreaterGood. GreaterGood feels very strongly about empowering women and helping them make their lives better through work. These women take a lot of pride in what they create and work very, very hard to make sure each piece is beautiful and perfect.
Amen. So,
What just happened?
We were welcomed. It was so nice. We're about to eat cake now.
Don't forget me.
No, I wanted to leave you here so she can come very fast in Kenya.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll
Is it
get the
free?
next
Yeah.
one.
Welcome.
We don't have any room, Lynn.
Good move. See an opening?
Sort of like you write your own traffic.
Oh, yeah. Were you a NASCAR driver?
Don't
We are
distract
trying-
him, Lynn. Don't distract him.
Oh, nice move. Oh, Heavy Love is trying to pass us. Oh, Darlene's coming at us.
Oh.
We're stuck between Darlene and Heavy Love.
You have the horn, so you have,
Yeah.
you have to respect me.
Okay.
My horn is big.
Hi, we made it. Our adventure continues as we move on to visit Wildlife Works and take an up-close look at just a handful of the programs they do to protect animals and foster community.
Essentially, we're a conservation organization. Our mission is to find ways to conserve elephants and other endangered wildlife and the forest habitat in which they live. And what's unique about us, I think, or mostly unique about us, is that we do it in a model that's not a donation-based. It's not a charitable model. It's a model where we provide income to the community through jobs, and we bring investment into the community through the international marketplace for environmental services that are provided. So that's our mission, is to harness the power of the global marketplace to conserve wildlife.
We finally struck water here. We've had a couple dry ones over the years, and it's a $20,000 crapshoot when you drill a hole looking for water around here.
So you're making this into a permanent water hole?
This, yeah, where we're going to put a trough probably here, and feed the trough, and then any overflow, 7,000 liters an hour they measured. So
Wow.
any overflow is just going to go into the dam. A good plan to imagine that there are crocodiles in every body of water in Africa, but they're generally not any. This is not a permanent body of water, so
Okay.
it dries up in the dry season, so they won't be able to live.
We do very occasionally get a hippo visiting us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a lion.
That's a lion.
Yeah.
It's a big lion.
That's a nice one.
This is Eric Sagwe, he's our head of security, head ranger, and these are some of the sections of rangers that we have. So these guys are responsible for looking after the entire project area.
We had the opportunity to visit with a group of rangers. This group protects 500,000 acres of land on foot, walking 20 miles each day. They track animals and scout for poachers. This is a very dangerous job, and their lives are often at risk.
Last year when we were here, our shoes actually were worn out completely. But when you came in, I made a very, very simple request about shoes, and in fact they were delivered. About 300 pairs. My team received 2 pairs each, everybody's very, very happy. It's a multi-purpose shoes. You can wear it to church, you can wear it to the weddings, and you can operate with them in the bush. So they are very, very nice.
They wear these to the weddings?
Yeah, they wear them to the weddings.
Nice.
Thanks. I'm glad. Yeah, no shoes work so well. Sure, sounds fun. Yeah.
You guys do amazing work. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Asante sana.
I'd always heard how hard it is in drought-stricken Africa to grow anything because of the lack of water. The innovative gardening staff at Wildlife Works does things by trial and error. It's really impressive. They're patient and they come up with solutions that really work. Their garden is flourishing. We're at the Wildlife Works greenhouse learning about innovative methods for organic gardening. It's really incredible. Vertical farming is a way to stretch your resources. 3 of these upright containers equals 1 row of plants. That's 24 meters of space in these compact containers.
The Wildlife Works project here in Kenya, we call it the Kasagao Corridor Project, is 500,000 acres, and so 500,000 acres. And it covers the land that lies between Tsavo East National Park and Tsavo West National Park. So those 2 national parks have a gap between them of about 70 miles, something give or take, gap between them. And that gap was where the communities were starting to clear and for farming. But the elephants don't understand the gap. They don't know there's a gap there. There is no fence on the park. And so traditionally they've moved back and forth between these parks seasonally for food or water. And so this project, the goal of this project was to protect that corridor for elephants and make sure that they would always be able to migrate through this corridor from the 2 national parks.
We're out in the community visiting one of the many groups Wildlife Works supports. Today we're visiting a women's group who specializes in making beautiful baskets. I think I'm going to have to get a few myself because I love baskets. This is one of the ways Wildlife Works has reached out to the communities containing over 100,000 people to include them and provide them with a way to earn income. Really right now.
What's the haul?
I only have, listen, one for Poopsie, one for me, and then this tote, which I need a market tote.
Let's make a definition. Poopsie is your mom's
My
nickname.
mom. I'm bringing a Prezi home for my mommy.
Nice. Very restrained, Happy. Good job.
I feel like I want one more.
It's blue.
It's is it now?
So gosh.
I think so.
Roberta, did you get a bag to get more baskets in?
I did get a bag to put more baskets in because I already bought some.
She is shopping.
It's for a good cause.
Your house.
It's for two good causes. I'm not being silly. These baskets are beautiful, and it really is for a good cause, because these women, if they don't have the income from this, are forced to do other things like making charcoal, and it's bad for their environment, and it's actually bad for them. So this is a much healthier way for them to send their children to school and put food on the table.
It's good indeed.
All right, you can shop after that.
My office. Remember us, when you go there, remember us. Okay. Welcome again.
So GreaterGood's been a great partner for us in a number of ways. I think the thing that we value the most is having a business relationship with GreaterGood, because GreaterGood selling product, needing product and selling product means jobs for the women who have to make the product. So that's the most important relationship that we have, if we can, with GreaterGood. Has a fabulous audience of caring people who buy things. And so the money from buying those things does great things, but actually the making of those things can also do great things if they're made in a project like this. And so that's the biggest impact, I think, and the best impact is that your demand for products that we can produce here mean more jobs that we can then give the community. In addition, GreaterGood has also worked with some of our local women's groups and some of our local school groups to provide separate funding for those activities that are also very helpful to extend the benefits to the community of this project.
They're all checking us out. I don't like the look in his eye.
I know that one light's kind of
Yeah.
squared up with us a little bit.
Tough soldiers. Oh my god. You're going down. We're safari soldiers. Soldiers are dope. No, we don't need to record. This is fine.
This is not Safari 1 behavior.
This is not Safari 1 behavior.